Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfripi and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, PM rubbishes talks of unfair elections. Supervisor of Elections sets facts straight. And 6 Grace Road members who were detained are now free.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama says political parties need to stop baseless and unsubstantiated claims of unfair elections in 2014 and also preempting the upcoming general elections. Sudelpa leader Sitiveni Rambuka, former SDL leader Lesan Yangarase and FLP leader Mahendra Chaudhry spoke prominently about their disappointment about the affairs of the Elections Office and its preparations for this year's elections. Chaudhry also claimed the 2014 election was rigged, even though he has not provided any evidence. Ali Kimbia with the story.
I really don't have any comment to such rubbish.
This is the response of Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama to the 3 former Prime Ministers who yesterday said they do not expect this year's election to be different to the 2014.
It's most unlikely that we will have an even playing field for the next election. It is undulating at the moment.
We may have sounded like a group that is bent on the objective of defeating Fiji first. We are trying to make Fiji free.
We'll have to fight these elections. We've drawn the attention of the authorities and the public to the constraints that we are facing.
Speaking to FBC News, Bainimarama says such comments are inappropriate and unjust towards those who are preparing the election.
We should not be running them down. That's not the way we should be doing things.
Bainimarama says the Fiji Elections Office has what it takes to deliver a free and fair election.
Well, there's no doubt they were all looking forward to the election, the upcoming election, and we should all support the supervisor of election and the chairman.
With a lot being said by political parties during the public consultation, Bainimarama says nothing will stop anyone from practicing their right to vote for any party. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Supervisor of Elections today set out the facts in response to a number of unsubstantiated claims made by some political party members in a panel discussion held yesterday. One of the claims made was by former Prime Minister and Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry that there was vote rigging in the 2014 elections. Saneem has refuted the comment by Chaudhry, highlighting evidence to the contrary. Maggie Boyle reports.
Calling his bluff, if it were, the Supervisor of Elections in want of a correction on the facts.
Mr. Chaudhry must either prove his statement or apologize to the Fijian public for misleading and his deceptive conduct.
The issue at hand is a comment by the former Prime Minister yesterday at a panel discussion implying that vote rigging took place in 2014.
Mrs. Pereira, a polling station was St. Joseph Secondary School. She went there personally and voted for herself. But according to official records, Labour Party never got a single vote in that polling station.
You will note that in Q is the number 149, which is the number for Lavinia Padarat, and you will note at 1525 St. Joseph Secondary School 226702, which is the polling station number, there is a vote there recorded for Lavinia Padarat.
Saneem says there were several other issues from the panel discussion that were unsubstantiated.
While it is sad to note that the statements that were made yesterday were untrue, based on factual misconceptions, and a lot of it contained outbursts from individuals who are trying to find a place in the electoral environment.
He maintains that the role of the FEO is to ensure that the most accurate and timely information is available to voters. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
SEDELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka has once again stated that some political parties were in talks of forming a coalition. However, he adds that it is too late. All parties have moved forward with the announcement of their provisional candidates and preparation for national polls. Akosita Tale has more.
Attempts to form a coalition with other political parties to contest in the general election proved futile as it was too late.
Some of us tried to form a united party where we all come together and we field 51 candidates. That fell through for various reasons. Perhaps it's too late now.
However, despite the public revelation, National Federation Party proposed candidate Saini Nambo maintains that the party never wanted to and never will form a coalition with any other party.
This is not a coalition. Let's be quite clear about that. This is a partnership working together to make sure that the electoral rules are changed.
We must restore true democracy to our country. The longer we don't do that, the further we slip away from true democracy. And I thank the party leaders for this initiative.
Meanwhile, Rambuka admits they're not only bent on the objective to defeat Fiji First Party in the general election, but to educate themselves more on what is right and with malice towards none. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
Electoral Commission Chair Suresh Chandra has stated that political parties do not understand the role of the election management system, and despite explanations, they choose to mislead the public. Rubbishing claims of vote rigging in the 2014 general election, Chandra says the system has been audited by PricewaterhouseCoopers New Zealand and meets the industry standards. Ritika Pratap reports.
The allegations from politicians ranged from vote rigging, bias and claims that the upcoming elections will not be free and fair.
There are worrying xenophobic statements from this political party representative, and this has nothing to do with the software. If the same software was developed in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, would the parties have had the same reaction?
The elections supervisor explains that the election management system is a logistic tracking system.
The election management system allows the Fijian Elections Office to, at any point in time, assess and actually calculate how many ballot papers need to be produced, how many ballot boxes will be required, based on the number of voters in this country, how many polling stations will need to be operated.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission says the statement from politicians demonstrates that they have no regard for the process.
This is indeed a pathetic attempt to undermine an election that has not happened yet.
The chair says in many occasions, party officials did not attend important meetings held by FEO. However, they have always responded to letters from political parties, and it is incorrect to say they did not receive the responses when they do not like the contents of the response. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The 6 senior members of Grace Road who were earlier detained are now free to continue with their business. They were released last night with signal that they were free from any further action as argued in court today. The Lautoka High Court granted a discontinuance on the matter today after it was filed by lawyer Ronald Gordon. Philippe Nekaso has more.
The lawyer of the 6 Korean nationals, Ronald Gordon, today filed before High Court Judge Justice Anare Tulevuka a discontinuance application. This basically meant that the case on the 6 Grace Road senior members, which was before the Lautoka High Court, ceases from today. The 6 were also not present in court as they have all been released from detainment. Gordon stated that this meant it was redundant to produce them in persons before the court.
These people, I know that the media is putting this as a Grace Road matter, but my instruction simply came that 6 people's rights under the Constitution had been breached, and that is why we came to the court for relief. We got the relief, and they have been released since then, and therefore the matter has come to an end. Regarding any investigations in Fiji or in Korea, I do not have instructions, and I'm unable to comment.
The injunction that was filed earlier was to prevent the 6 from being deported, as Gordon mentioned that this was his client's biggest fear. However, Gordon also says that he was informed by the state lawyers today that there were no orders for deportation. The 6 members were taken in following a raid at the Grace Road headquarters in Navua on Tuesday night. Last month, the Grace Road Church founder Shin Ok-jun was arrested in Korea on allegations of incarceration, assault and exploitation of foreign currency. Philip Naikaso, FBC News.
Still to come, India to continue its support to Fiji's development. And Sainiani Wangai Nambete to know her fate in November. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma ngongai nakas ondo bagrong ng Bula FM nambando ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa ya ondo talita ina barong ng Bula FM nambando ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na barong ng Bula FM nambando ay nasere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM nambando ay nasere nawaluan.
Na vengo fane na tao ngo singa toka kita ondo talita kana Bula FM nambando ay nasere.
Bula FM nambando ay nasere.
To date, India has invested over $4 million in Fiji's micro, small, medium enterprise sector, and the assistance has been promised to continue. Indian High Commissioner to Fiji, Vishwas Sapkal, says there are also plans to provide assistance to various other sectors in the country. Kritika Kumar reports.
India says providing assistance to the SME sector not only helps the recipients, but the economy gets a driven boost.
We have already distributed $2.2 million of a grant. That is 4,752 Fijian beneficiaries have got this grant, and they are really contributing very significantly to the Fijian economy.
Sapkal says his government is also committed in upgrading Fiji's infrastructure.
Recently, the team of RITES, it's the Rail India Technical Economic Services, they have came to Fiji in February 2018, and they have already submitted the report for upgradation of Fijian rail link, as well as using it for tourism purpose and more cargo transportation.
The Fiji-India bilateral relations has grown steadily during the past few years due to extensive collaborations in a number of strategic areas.
The Indian government will also build a Centre for Excellence in IT at the Fiji National University in Suva, which will become the hub for establishing telemedicine and teleeducation services. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Former Media Liaison Officer for the Ministry of Works, Transport and Public Utilities, Sainiana Wangai Nambete, will know her fate in November. She is charged by FICAC with 11 counts of obtaining a financial advantage by deception. In court today, both counsels presented their closing submissions. FICAC prosecutor Rashmi Aslam said the evidence clearly showed that though the money requested by the accused was supposed to be for events held by the ministry, the bank statements revealed that the money was deposited into her personal bank account. It's alleged Wangai Nambete obtained financial advantage by falsely stating that the then Minister for Works had requested more than $9,000 over 11 separate occasions between May 2010 and June 2011. The judgment will be delivered on November 9th. The 2018 Hibiscus Festival has attracted vendors from around Viti Levu and even some from the Maritime Islands to showcase their Fijian-made products. Women from as far as Lau and Vanuatu say they have been preparing their products for a while for the week-long festival. Kritika Kumar reports.
More than 100 vendors who fall under the Fijian Crafted license say that Hibiscus has given them exposure and platform to market their locally made products.
People come and see the products that we make, they buy, we make money out of it.
For this year, I can say that it has provided a platform for us to showcase our products, and at the same time, we are earning money out of it.
It's a big platform that for us crafters around Fiji, that this is the only time that we come and meet in a big family selling our crafts to the people around Fiji here at the Hibiscus Carnival.
The Fiji Arts Council says Hibiscus has allowed these vendors to earn that extra cash.
Some sales that they do every day, it's more than $300, $400 one recipient, or even from now, they have gained a lot of money to take back home.
Hibiscus might be an annual event for these women as they hope to return next year with more goodies. Meanwhile, the Vodafone 2018 Miss Hibiscus will be crowned tomorrow night. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Aretha Franklin, the undisputed queen of soul who sang with matchless style on such classics as Think, I Say a Little Prayer, and her signature song Respect, And recognized as a cultural icon around the globe, she has died at age 76 from pancreatic cancer. And sports later with Jamie. Team Fiji Youth Olympics named. But up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Amrita. Good evening, and coming up after the break. ANZ back to introduce the tap-and-go card system. And in growing Fiji, TFL begins deployment of fast broadband service. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singatoka. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits. Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Leading business tonight, the ANZ Bank is working on introducing the tap-and-go card system along with the electronic wallet feature in Fiji. Country head Saad Minim says the tap-and-go machines are ready, and once the logistics are worked out, the equipment will be made available. This move is in line with the government's vision to establish a cashless and paperless economy.
So we already have agreed on the limits which each one will have. So without any authorization, you can tap and go without having that limit, because that's convenience. That's providing convenience to the customers. So that's part of our pipeline of the products which will be coming out. When, I cannot tell you right now, because we do not have the timeline on that.
And we now join Sean from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
On the forex market, risk sentiment improved from Asia into Europe. The US and China agreed to hold a new round of trade talks next week, and this has brought some relief to the wary financial markets. As such, Asian stocks ended at a positive note. All major US stock benchmarks were up. However, the US dollar lost some grounds along its treasuries. Closer to home, Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Philip Lowe made an explicit case this morning for rates to remain at record lows for some time. He stated that Australia is at full employment and the inflation rate is well within the target range on a sustained basis. Over the weekend, the EU and Canada will release their inflation numbers, but the economic releases for next week is expected to be much quieter. And that's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. Taking a look at the currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. The world markets continue to be volatile. The Fiji dollar rose against the US dollar, the PNG Kina, as well as the Japanese yen, but fell against the other currencies we cover. As for the commodities market, the price of oil went back on the rise, closing at above $65 a barrel. Gold was up about $7 to close at $1,177 an ounce, and silver closed up as well at $14.69 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, Telecom Fiji has commenced deployment of its ultra-fast fibre broadband service to customers in Bayview and Namandi Heights in Suva. The fibre-to-the-home technology is where fibre optic cables will be extended right inside the individual's home. Acting Chief Executive Charles Gounder says the system will deliver internet speeds of up to 150 megabits per second, which can be upgraded to speeds of about 1,000 megabits per second. And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Fiji National Rugby League Chief Executive resigns, and RKS Under-18 receive bonus payout. Details after the break.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM
it's hot.
Timothy Nalemba has resigned from the position of Fiji National Rugby League Chief Executive effective immediately. The FNRL says with the recent coverage of Nalemba's default in his court-ordered payment to his past employer, the Fiji Sports Council, the FNRL board members met with him to discuss his future with the organization. At the end of the meeting, Nalemba agreed to step down from the position effective immediately. Board Chairman Penny Musunamasi will act as the executive chair until the vacant position is filled. The Ratu Kandavulevu School Under-18 rugby team today received a bonus payout from its sponsors for successfully defending the 2018 Super Deans Trophy last weekend. Ganga Jacks Fiji presented $2,000 to the Tailevu-based school in recognition of its achievements this season. Players from the victorious Under-18 team were on hand at the event to sign autographs for their fans. Meanwhile, team management was very happy with the gesture considering the amount of support they've already received from their sponsor.
I gave $2,000 for the bonus for this 1 year. Prior to that, they gave $5,000 for the rugby preparation and $5,000 also for the athletics preparation. They prepared all the attire for the school team for athletics and for the boys from the under-14 right up to the under-19 grade in terms of their jerseys, their shorts and also their socks. And for the under-18, they have their special bula wear to wear like what they are wearing today.
Fiji's representatives to the 2018 Youth Olympics was announced by the Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee today. The games will be held in Argentina from the 6th to the 18th of October. Fiji will be represented by athletes Serenia Rangatu, badminton's Chang Ho Lee, and table tennis representative Grace Yee. Following the announcement, Fasanok Chief Executive Lorraine Ma said the appeal process is now open to any athlete or official who feel they should have been selected in place of a named Team Fiji member.
The appeal window is 48 hours from today, and so any appeals in writing must reach me as the CEO by Monday 8 a.m.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua has been working hard on its defense ahead of the Australian National Rugby Championships next month. The side is scheduled to take on Melbourne Rising in its opening match of the NRC on the 1st of September at Ratu Dakambau Park in Ausuri. While the Ndrua was very capable on attack last season, coach Senirusi Serubakula says their defensive structure has remained a key aspect in need of improvement.
Our defense, to have discipline on our defense, that's one of the areas that what we work on from last season, and that's the main concern at the moment, to work on our defense, because these guys can attack from anywhere. So what we are targeting is our set play, how we play very structural areas.
USA-based Trina Davis will be part of the Vodafone Fiji football side preparing for the OFC Women's Nations Cup. Davis is a 100 and 200 meter sprints district champion in the U.S. and plays center forward for Marysville Pilchuck. Stella Tawai with more.
Her mother is from Lautoka and she also holds a Fijian passport, which makes her eligible to play for Fiji.
I feel very excited and I'm super grateful to have this opportunity because I get to show people back home like I'm made of something and I'm big now, and so people back at home don't know that Fiji's like a real place and that it even exists. So when I said it there, I always have to explain, like, do you know the Fiji water? That's where I'm from.
Her coach Marika Rondo says with Davis' inclusion, this should bring a different dynamic to the squad.
Looking at Trina's case, she's young, she's 17, and can be back for the under-19s next year. And you can see the future will start to brighten up for women's football in this country.
The 100-meter sprint queen was named in the 20-member national side. Stella Taoi, FBC Sports.
Badminton Fiji will give its young players more game time through various competitions in the build-up to the Oceania Under-19 Championships in Australia next year. With the squad yet to be selected, the tournaments will serve as selection ground for the youngsters, who are also likely to fly the Fijian flag at the 2019 Pacific Games. John Tambori reports.
Exposing players to the international scene remains the topmost priority for Badminton Fiji. We'll also select a development squad who will then train for the Oceania Under-19s tournament in Australia next year, and that's in February. So with the help of the Fiji National Sports Commission, we're able to send a junior team and a senior team for that competition. This aim has been further boosted with the support of the corporates. Badminton being a minor sport, it wouldn't be possible to hold these sorts of competition without the support of business houses. That's just building national reps into the future, and we really thank these sponsors for all their contribution. Ngātamboa High School, who dominated the secondary school badminton championships, is calling on stakeholders to have more badminton courts in the West.
In the West, we have so many difficulties. We only have one court in the West, and we have less time to play on court.
Badminton has represented the country in the Commonwealth Games and Youth Olympics, but it has yet to win a medal in these international events, which remains the ultimate aim. John Tabore, FBC Sports.
That was sports for this evening. Join Angie later on with weather and in new media. Digicel launches its new music app. That's coming up.
Narang golesenya, Obama ketewenakas, dorong-rong binakape on Radio Fiji One, nandomi.
Ayaw benyana, dorong-rong on Radio Fiji One, nandomi wisi, Ngatoka.
Nguelo ilaisa Ngatoka, rong-rong binana heramakawa ina Radio Fiji One Ngatoka.
Radio Fiji One, nandomi viti.
30 million songs in a new music app Digicel customers can now download from this large music library with their new DMusic application. Digicel Regional Hub Pacific Chief Executive Colin Stone says the song list will have international and local artist music. The application comes with a free trial period, which ends on September 15th, and is available both on Google Play Store and the iPhone App Store. Launched in Fiji and Nauru today, the app will be available in Samoa, Tonga and Vanuatu next week.
And bringing in an application that has 30 million songs available to it, including top 40, including local artists from not only here in Fiji but right across the Pacific, we saw as a good way to engage with our customers and give them the entertainment needs that they were looking for.
And here's Angie with the weekend weather.
Hello to you and to the exciting weekend. Fridays are usually so jolly because it brings us the weekend, and to top it off, it's the second last day of hibiscus, and that too without much rain. But light showers with a drop in temperatures for most areas were evident today. Taking a look in the west, so sunny, I know it must have been a beautiful sight. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, a mild one with overcast spells. Showers are predicted for tonight. If you're heading to the grounds, do take your umbrellas. And up north, a breezy one with showers also expected as per the forecast. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 11:47 p.m. with low tide at 5:26 a.m. Sunrise at 6:24. For tomorrow, it will not be very clear as all these heavy clouds will unleash showers. Tomorrow's temps, Nandi will be the warmest at 30 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday, a mix of sun and showers kind of weather situation can be expected, but then it's the weekend. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. I'm Rita.
Thanks, Angie. And in Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should the Hibiscus Festival go on for 2 weeks?
Yes, it should be extended because of Nasin is very far from Suva, because some of us live in Suva, and the one who lives near that will be fair for them. For us in Suva, it will be unfair because it has been moved.
It'll be good for those who live outside the Suva area because they'll get a bit more time to come down.
It's supposed to be 2 weeks, eh? Then 1 week is not enough. Eh?
Okay, it should be good for the school children. Enjoy for 2 weeks.
Yes, I think it should be extended for 2 weeks because 1 week is too short and the children would want to spend more time enjoying.
Yes, because school children need to enjoy more.
Can put it on 2 weeks so we can make some more money.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, getting to your favorite red means first getting past that cork. But before you toss it aside, give it a second glance. Its journey from bark to bottle is more surprising than you think. Recapping the main stories, PM rubbishes talks of unfair elections. Supervisor of elections sets facts straight. And 6 Grace Road members who were detained are now free. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment now. And this week we are asking, is race-based campaigning becoming a concern for Fiji? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day sent in by Merseni Banivanua, picture of the hidden paradise, Savu Savu. Or you can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।